Hey everyone, so today we're going to dive into a couple of really powerful ideas from the readings for January 3rd. We're going to talk about what it really means to behold the Lamb of God. And then, and this is the cool part, how that one simple act of looking, well, it changes everything about how we live and how we honor the holy name.
Okay, so everything, and I mean everything, kicks off with this one line from John the Baptist. It's so much more than just a nice poetic phrase, right? It's a real invitation. You could say it's the starting line for the entire Christian life. It's a call to just stop, to focus on something that's truly important. Honestly, this one sentence sets the stage for everything that follows.
So that brings us to our first big idea. This whole act of beholding, what's that about? Well, it's about the incredible power of contemplation. The source material is super clear on this. The Christian journey doesn't start with some complicated rulebook. Nope, it all begins with something much simpler, a focused act of just looking.
But what does contemplation even mean in this context? It's basically a two-step thing. First, you look at Christ. Simple enough. But then, second, you really recognize who he is and what he's doing. You see him as the one who carries our sin. And that's the key, right? It's an active thing. It's not just a quick glance. It's a deep recognition.
And this is where it gets really practical, you know? This isn't some abstract, floaty idea. So how do we actually do this? Well, first, we make a conscious choice to look, maybe especially during moments like communion. Second, we acknowledge his role as the one who takes away sin. And third, and you guys, this part is so important, we bring our specific stuff to him. We don't just think about sin as a general concept. No, we name our actual struggles, our fears, the people we're worried sick about, and we just hand them over.
Okay, let's pivot a little to our second big theme and see how it all connects. Because after we do that work of looking inward, that contemplation, we're then called to live outward. And that's all about honoring the holy name, which, when you boil it down, just means living out the identity that we've been given.
You know, the name itself is really the key here. The name Jesus isn't just a name. It's basically a job description. It literally means God saves. So think about it. If we call ourselves Christians, followers of Christ, then his name kind of becomes our mission statement. It demands that we live a certain way that actually reflects that name.
And this just lays it out so perfectly. Look, on one side, you've got our identity. We're made children of God. That's a pure gift of grace. Then on the other side, you've got our conduct, how we actually live. The whole point is that our conduct is supposed to mirror our identity. They're not supposed to be two different things. They're meant to be totally connected.
So this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's all about bridging that gap that can sometimes open up between who we are and what we do. What happens when the way we live just doesn't quite match up with this incredible identity we've been given?
And that leads to a question that honestly is for every single one of us. If we really accept this identity, that we're a child of God, then what does that actually mean for our day-to-day life, for our choices, our behaviors, our habits?
Yeah, and the source material, drawing from the first letter of John, is super blunt about this. It says there are certain patterns of behavior that just don't fly if we take this identity seriously. Things like, being stuck in habits of anger, or being dishonest, or impurity, or just not caring about other people. These things are the total opposite of who we're called to be.
And here's the big idea that ties it all together. When we keep doing those things, when we let those habits define us, we're basically living a contradiction. We're contradicting the amazing gift of grace that gave us our identity to begin with. Our life is supposed to be a thank you for that grace, right? Not something that works against it.
All right, let's bring this all home now. This last part isn't just more information. It's a challenge. It's about how we can take these big ideas and make them real in our own lives, starting right now, this week.
And the source material has this really simple but honestly powerful suggestion. It says, don't try to fix everything at once. That's overwhelming, right? Instead, just choose one thing, just one single concrete step you can take this week to really consciously honor the holy name.
So what could that one step even look like? Well, here are a few ideas straight from the source. Maybe for you, it's finally picking up the phone to try and reconcile with someone. Or maybe it's about taking that first step to fix a relationship that's been damaged. It could even be something as small as starting a little quiet act of mercy for somebody who needs it.
So this is where we're going to leave it, with this question for you to think about. This is really the ultimate takeaway. After all the talk about beholding the Lamb and understanding who we are, this is where the real work begins. So what's it going to be? What is the one step you will take this week to honor the holy name?